In my opinion, Lies of P is the most beginner-friendly Souls game there is. It is a great place to start if you're interested in getting into the Soulsborne genre. It's very much like Bloodborne, and even has some mechanics like Sekiro. So I decided to create a 100% walkthrough for anyone who's interested in getting all achievements or all trophies for this game. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to do is pick the level of difficulty for the game. They just added these levels when the DLC came out. Legendary Stalker is the original difficulty. They have two other options as well that are slightly easier. It doesn't matter what option you pick, you can get the platinum or all achievements on any difficulty option. So if you're new to the Soulsborne genre, I'd suggest picking one of the easier options until you get used to it, but you can change it at any time.
Ah, there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Jim will restart soon.
I see they got Jiminy too. But we have to hurry. My name is Sophia. Jiminy, please escort him to the hotel.
Okay, we just picked up Gemini, who lives in an item called Monad's Lamp. It also works as a lamp and a lighting source for dark lit areas. So go ahead and equip that on your belt and continue.
Let's get you out of there. Find something that might help.
Now we're going to be picking our starting class. I enjoy the balanced starting class just because I like the weapon it comes with, which is a puppet saber. It's got a really good moveset to it. The other starting classes are the dexterity or the strength. The dexterity starting class comes with a rapier, and the strength starting class comes with a great sword. You're going to be buying both of those weapons shortly. So whichever starting class you pick, you're going to have all three weapons anyway. So I suggest just going with the balanced starting class and then trying things out as you go along. Eventually, I'm going to be doing a dex build. So it doesn't really matter what starting class you pick. You can do any kind of build you want later on. This door is currently locked, but we will be getting the key very shortly. Okay, now here you want to run straight to this guy and take him out. Just because he has the rifle and he'll shoot you if you don't. Then you take care of this guy. And when you go through here, there will be an enemy waiting to ambush you. I'll show him right here. Just walk forward until he sees you and then back out. And then take him out. Okay, coming up here, you will get your very first trophy called Fatal Blow. And it's just basically performing a backstab. So as soon as you see that orange light up, just hit your R1 and it'll perform the backstab for you. If you miss the backstab the first time, you have another chance to do it right here. Right there, you've seen I performed a perfect parry. If you hit block right before an attack comes in, you'll do a parry, and it actually damages the enemy's weapon. And if you do it enough times in a row, you will break their weapon, and that is actually a trophy too, to break an enemy's weapon. Here is the shortcut that I mentioned a little bit ago. Make sure you open that up. Pick up this Fable Catalyst, and then we are going to use that Fable Catalyst so we can perform our Fable arts on this enemy here. So if you see in the bottom right, you can see, you can read that as well, but if you see in the bottom right, we have all the blue bars there. So if you go up to this enemy and you hit triangle 3 times, it'll do that. Then you want to do a heavy attack, and then another heavy attack, a charged heavy actually. And then you'll stagger them here, get another attack in, and perform your fatal attack. Right there, we got the key to get out of here, and we got the Workshop Union lightweight frame. Now that is just a defensive part, so you're going to want to put that on, and it'll boost your defense a little bit. So if you do get hit, it won't do as much damage. We'll be getting a bunch of those as we play. Okay, right here we will be getting our second trophy called Stargazer's Guide. A Stargazer is pretty much like a bonfire if you've ever played Dark Souls. If you haven't, if you rest at a Stargazer, it will replenish all of your pulse cells, so all of your healing items, but it will also respawn all of the basic enemy in the area. So if I was to go back in, all them enemy we just killed will now be back and alive again. So right here, you're going to sell just one of your dim ergo fragments, and you're going to put 2 points into vitality and 1 point into vigor. We're going to be trying to get our vitality to 20 and then our vigor to 15 before we start putting points anywhere else. Okay, right here we're going to work counterclockwise in this area. We're going to start here to the right, and we're just kind of working around that statue in the center, killing all the enemy and picking up all of the items that are laying down. This is also a great area to farm in, so if you want to get a couple extra levels, you can go around, take out all the enemy, go back to the Stargazer, rest, do it all over again. This way you'll get more ergo, and then you can use the ergo to level up and put your stats in any place you really want to. I just suggest getting your vitality to 20, which is your health, and your vigor to 15, which is your stamina. So those are all the enemy that I said you can farm. So at this point, if you wanted to farm a few levels, you can go back to the Stargazer that we were just at, rest, and take out all those enemy again, and keep doing it. But we're going to proceed. If you do decide to farm, just pause the video, farm a little bit, get a few levels, get your vitality and vigor up, and then continue along here. That what I just showed you there was another shortcut. It's not a very good shortcut because there is a Stargazer right on the other side of that gate. So there's really no point in coming back after we get to that point, but there is a shortcut there regardless. So take out all these enemy, pick up all the items, whether it's items they drop or items that were already there. Continue along. There will be like a dog here ready to ambush you. So just go in until he's ready to attack, back up, and take him out. Okay, also don't forget to sharpen your weapon. You can see there's a bar on the bottom right, back on the main screen. That's your weapon's durability. When that gets all the way down, your weapon will break, and then you can't use it anymore. So sharpen your weapon as you go. The more you do it, the better. Just because later there's a skill that we will pick up that will make you stronger when your weapon durability is at its max. Also, you've seen here that I used a Fable Catalyst to get my Fable arts up again. Just because this is one of the more elite enemy for us right now, kind of like the police officer was that we fought when we opened the shortcut and got the key for the door. And you want to take them out as quick as possible just because they hit really hard. So using your Fable arts against him and then a couple extra charged heavy attacks will take him out. Right there, we just seen Hotel Krat. That is our destination where we are headed. So just continue along. You want to lock onto this guy and draw him back just because there's an enemy on the other side of this corner or around this corner that has a rifle, and as soon as you go forward and he can see you, he will shoot at you. You'll see him right here. So run in, get the backstab on him, take him out, and then take this guy out and proceed. Okay, right here we're going to be doing a plunge attack. So you're going to walk to the edge here, lock onto the enemy there, and as you're falling, hit R1, and you should just one-shot the enemy and just kill him right away. Go down here, grab this item. The Vanini's Urgent Repair Kit is basically if your weapon breaks, you can use that and it will repair it. Now this is the second shortcut, the one I just mentioned last. And I will go through it just to show you where it's at. Now right past that heart right there is the Stargazer that we used. The only Stargazer we used that we got the trophy for repairing. But also, you there is a stargazer right here. So I don't get why it's there. I guess it's just to show you the interconnectivity of the map layout. But yeah, it's pretty much pointless. This is going to be the boss that we're going to be fighting in a few minutes.
Hello there.
Speak to the merchant here.
You didn't hear? You ought to buy something while you're out here alone.
Now, you're going to want to buy the 2 weapons you don't have. These are the starting weapons I said that you could buy later. Right here, you have the wintry rapier. And right there, you have the great sword of fate. You want to buy those. We already have the puppet saber, so we don't need to buy that. But you will need all basic weapons for a trophy. So make sure you buy those. Also, I bought an electric abrasive, which puts electricity on your weapon. And then I bought throwing cells, which you throw at an enemy and they do electric damage to an enemy. I don't use them for this boss fight because I literally just forgot to use them, but they will help you with this boss fight. I'd suggest putting them on during the second phase though. So right at the beginning of the second phase, you'll have a few seconds to put on the electric abrasive, which is pretty much like a grindstone. And then you'll be able to throw the pulse cells at him as well. Or, excuse me, the throwing cells, not the pulse cells. But you have a stargazer right outside the boss area, so you can fight him as many times as you need to. You can parry every one of his attacks. And then you want to focus on getting charged heavy attacks. Right there. And your parries. Even if you don't get a parry, if you just hold block, it'll do something that I call chip damage, which basically you'll see like a kind of like a brown area on your health bar. It'll keep going down, then once he hits you and connects with you, all of that will turn into, you'll just lose your health bar. So blocking is better than being hit, but you definitely want to try to land those parries. And you can get back that chip damage by attacking him. So if you're blocking and you get hit, it'll do like this chip damage that I explained, and then you can hit him and your health bar will go back up and you'll gain that back. Right here we're staggering him again, doing our fury attack. Or fatal attack, excuse me, not fury, fatal attack. And then we got his ergo, and we got a quartz, which a quartz is used for the skill tree. It's called the P organ, but that won't be in this episode. We don't unlock that until we beat the next major boss.
One more thing I should mention. The hotel's security excludes puppets like you. So you'll have to lie to get inside. You're a special puppet after all.
This right here is a hidden moonstone. This is to upgrade your weapon. This upgrades your weapon to up to a +3. Weapons go to a +10 for the basic weapons, and for the boss weapons, they go to a +5. So the hidden moonstone takes it to you can get +1, +2, and +3. And then from there, I believe it's crescent moonstone, I believe. Then half moonstone and full moonstones. But right here, you have to lie to get into the hotel. So you want to answer that you are human. Every time you lie or give a humane response, you'll see that your springs will react. So right there, your springs are reacting. And then there's a couple more. There's your heart is pounding. I don't remember the other two offhand, but as you get further and further to becoming like a real boy from lying and giving humane answers, it'll give you different responses. But we want to keep on giving those humane responses for our first playthrough because there's a trophy tied to it. And also there's a weapon tied to it as well. But that was my first episode on my Lies of P 100% guide. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe, and continue to look out for the next video. Thanks for watching, and take care.